Welcome back to another Floofs by Kirsty transformation. Today we have lovely Maisie, and this is the first time I've ever met Maisie, so it'll be interesting today to see how she does. For those of you wondering, Maisie is a miniature golden doodle. Her hair is quite thin, and not quite as curly as what you'd expect of, say, a cockapoo, but there is a lot of that hair, and it is a really lovely coat to groom. The hair fluffs up lovely, and it's really easy to achieve that teddy bear effect. She does have a few small knots, mainly in the legs and the ears. I don't think it's going to be a problem. With her hair being so thin, it should brush out quite easily. So far she's behaving really well. You'll see that I'm kind of using a squidging motion, let's call it squidging, so that I'm not rubbing the hair together too much because I don't want to cause any more matting than what's already there. I do tend to use this technique on most long-haired dogs, whether they're curly or straight hair. Any movement with too much friction is going to make the knots worse. So today I'm using the Aloe Vera shampoo from Wahl. For the sake of the video, I have only recorded one round of shampoo, but she has been shampooed twice, and I've used a conditioner on her as well. That's also from Wahl, and I will link all items used in the description. It was sad to see that mohawk go. I've been looking into Asian fusion dog grooming recently, and I really love the idea of giving a dog a mohawk. I do tend to give a lot of dogs a mohawk in the bath. It's one of those small pleasures. It just really brightens my day. Right, we're out the bath. We're towel dried. We're ready for a blow dry. If you're a dog groomer yourself, then you know there's always a bit of anticipation when it comes to blow drying a dog that you've never blow dried before. Some dogs just really do not like the blow dryer. Thankfully, Maisie is not one of those dogs. Just look how satisfying that is. And she seems to be enjoying it as well, which is the main thing. Once the hair is 80% dry, I then move to the stand dryer and I fluff dry it. With her hair being so thin and quite naturally straight, we're not going to get a ton of volume. Adding texture spray is going to help with this, but first I'm going to get those pesky little knots out the ears. And it looks like Maisie came in for her groom just in time, because those knots were just about to turn to matte. I'd say another week or so and it would have been a different story for those ears. So now that the hair is dry, you can really see how the hair is different to a cockapoo. You can really tell that this is a poodle crossed with a golden retriever, and yeah, the golden retriever definitely has some influence over this hair. With that being said, Maisie is not double coated, so it is absolutely fine to clip. Here I'm using an attachment 5 over a 10 blade. In order to keep the body and the legs in proportion, I'm going to be using that attachment 5 comb on the body and an attachment 6 comb on the legs. And I'll give it a comb through to lift the hair up. I try not to back comb it too much, so I use the comb because it doesn't lift the hair as much as what a slicker brush would. I'm still debating which part of the job I find the most satisfying. I don't know if it's the bath, or if it's the drying, or the clipping, so help me settle this debate and comment below which part of the groom you find the most satisfying. Meanwhile, I'm just going to stare at this because obviously grooming for 9 hours a day isn't enough. May my back rest in peace. So now we're switching to the legs, and I'll be moving on to the attachment 6 comb. It is only 1 comb size longer. I think that's about 3mm. So you're not going to see a massive difference from the body to the legs, but it just helps the overall figure look more balanced. So I'll go back over this a few times, using my comb to lift the hair up, just to be sure that I haven't missed any hair. I'm not overly concerned about the shape of the leg at this point, because I'm about to add more shape with my chunkers. This will just really finish everything off and really neaten it up. And now it's time to give Maisie some super cute little boots. I start by running my scissors 90 degrees to the table and trimming the hair right to the nails. Just cutting this straight line here is really going to help when it comes to rounding off the foot. Some people prefer to start at the back of the foot and then just cut all the way around, but I find that to me, it really helps with my symmetry to do it this way. The longer I'm in the business, the more I realise that every groomer has their own way of doing things. Now I'm just rounding off the back of the foot there, just to give the impression that Maisie is on her tiptoes. This just adds more shape to the leg. And then I will go around and tidy up any missed bits of hair, and I'll round off the toes. Here you'll see I'm taking an attachment 8 comb over a 10 blade for Maisie's head. You'll see that I'm working from the back to the front, and this will just create quite a natural visor, and it makes cutting around the eyes a lot easier to find the right shape. I'm sure you'll agree that Maisie has been amazing throughout the whole groom. It's definitely not her first rodeo. This cowgirl deserves a fair few treats after this. Now I'm taking the clippers back just to blend the head into the neck, and then I'll take the chin a little bit shorter. Currently she has quite a long chin, and I prefer to take it just a little bit shorter and a little bit rounder, but certainly nothing too dramatic. Look at her closing her eyes. I think I'd probably take Maisie home if I could, you know, if my landlord allowed it. And if Maisie's owner allowed it. Obviously I wouldn't take her without permission. And on that note, just while I'm finishing up here, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've learnt from it, if you found it entertaining or satisfying, I would really appreciate it if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, ring the notification bell, do all the stuff, because it really helps my channel grow. And that means that I get to share my love for dog grooming with more people. Also, if you have any questions for me, please ask away. I will try to respond to as many comments as I can. All products used will be listed in the description. And now it's time for the final transformation. I hope you've enjoyed this transformation. For now, that's all from me, and I will see you in the next Floofs by Kirsty video.